just in case you're wondering, the green line is my entry, or my highest entry, and the red line is where my take profit is. However, I may just take profit depending on what happens at this quarter level, if and when it gets up there. You kind of have to watch out for this area right here, this block of consolidation, and we have to see what price is going to do inside this block. It could blow through it, or it could reject off of it. It's not really an order block, just that I just don't have anything without text on it right now saved for that box. So there you go. So that area to watch out for. Something interesting though is this area over here. We're already, how far in are we? Already halfway in. So huge benefit to watching these two pairs together. In case you didn't know, I did mess on my other account. I messed up on my phase 2. I started trading like a whole bunch of weird pairs, like AUD, like GBP, AUD, and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, but anyway, look at this SMC Smart Money Concepts divergence, or smart money technique, as Michael Joe Huddleston, ICT Inner Circle Trader, calls it. This made a higher high, and then this made a higher low, and this made a lower low right here. That's a SMT divergence, which is bullish. So that's why one of the reasons we're bullish. Also, there's more. You can always find more stuff if I zoomed out, which I may not do right now, just because I want to watch what's going on. But real quick, I guess we could peek at it. Yeah, I mean, we swept this liquidity, came down, but we can still go a little bit higher, even if you say we want to go lower. There's still more liquidity up here. I mean, especially this level, key level, probably a lot of protection stops up there above that level. Potentially, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of. Some people might say you're making it up as I go, you know. But at least I'm willing to admit that. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to see what happens. The point of what I'm doing right this second is you always want to keep in mind the higher, bigger picture, you know. So let's zoom back in and see what's going on. Oh, that is the 15-minute. Okay, we're getting up there. Let's see. 5,221. It's my equity. I'm looking, my target is basically right about 5,300. I need to mark this level if I can. Over here, just so I have some frame of reference. Okay, that's right at my take profit, so we should be good. I actually didn't, oh, you know what? I didn't change it, because I did change this, but I didn't change that over here. Whenever I change my take profit, I didn't never change this. Yeah, okay, so that's that right there. Okay. We should be good, because I've been expecting it for a little while to, you know, it just makes sense, right, for price to tap into that level up there, at least get pretty close to it. And, you know, keeping an eye on what's going on over here on the euro. It's just now coming off of this. The euro is just now coming off of this level. So hopefully we'll get a little push up on the euro off of this level. And that'll, hopefully the pound will follow suit on that. This is the point where I'm always thinking, like, should I just go ahead and just take profit? I mean, you know, close enough's close enough, and sometimes I take profit and it just keeps going and stuff. So hopefully it just smashed into that level. Okay, there it is. And I'm done for the day. Alright, wow, that's... Oh, you know what? That's my bad. I'm thinking, actually... You know what I was thinking? I was thinking, in terms of phase 2. Meaning that, phase 2, I need $250 profit. For phase 1 I need 400, so I forgot actually. But that's not a bad little profit, even though it could definitely keep going. But my perspective was just to get that 300. But like I said, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. And look what time it is. 6 o'clock. And look what is coming up today. CPI. So, really, with only a $250 to trade per day, and being that I was $60 in drawdown, or from losing positions earlier, I just got $360 on that trade. So that, I mean, that's like nothing to complain about, especially when you're up here in this congestion area. You could always see price turn around. And here's the thing, there's always going to be another entry, you know what I mean? And that's something that historically speaking, over the last couple of years, I have basically not really fully appreciated the fact that there's always another trade. You know, I always felt like I had to catch, you know, just one continuous move, which sometimes the market does that. You know, it'll just go. But so I'm thinking, if and when both of these push up above this congestion, we can see like a retracement, right? I don't know really where, maybe down into here later. That's pretty low, but it could happen. A retest of this area. This is our daily range. The halfway point is up here, so it makes sense for price to come up here, break this high, take out some more liquidity to the left side. I don't have it marked, but then react off of the halfway point of the average true daily range, which is just the ATR, which I use on the daily chart to get my average daily range, but because I use the average true range to get it on the daily, I just call it an average true daily range. So yeah, it's possible I could miss out on quite a bit of this move, but you gotta ask yourself, you know, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? I got a brain fart, honestly, and I forgot that I was going for 450, but 360 is what I got on that trade, so not bad. The thing is, you see this, you see my name right here? Watching, waiting, tracking. Okay, that's what you have to do. You have to get really comfortable watching, waiting, and tracking. In other words, you say, well, I took profit here, okay? But you just keep, you can set alerts, you can do whatever, and basically test the alert and make sure it comes to your phone, and then if you want to wait for it to come back down here, maybe it skyrockets to the moon and never comes back, but maybe it comes back down here, you don't know. You could also set an alert up here for when it gets to this level, and then you could observe and look for like a change of character or a market structure shift or whatever you want to call it. But the cool thing is, you know, like Michael Joe Huddleston, ICT Inner Circle Trader, you know, he, nothing against what I'm about to say, but he says, you know, basically he doesn't trade before, and I'm not being braggadocious, I'm just saying, he says he doesn't trade before like big news events, like, you know, whatever, interest rate decisions and all these types of things, like CPI and all this stuff, the big news events, but yeah, so, but the cool thing is, like, I was able to make 300 before CPI. Now CPI hits later on this morning and I might be asleep by then, but like we might could catch the tailwinds of that and really get that 150 more that I need. And what's cool is, like I said, Well, I've had the mindset. I always had the mindset of like I've got to get it all right now in this trade right here, you know, and like obviously that causes me to over leverage, but like it also sometimes causes me to hold on too long and not take profits or not take partials, and like just the mindset of like it's all this trade all or nothing, or like, you know what I mean, like this is it, like this is the trade, like this is the megalodon, like, you know, like instead of just like taking a nice chunk of profit and then like waiting. Price can do whatever it wants, right? Maybe it explodes up, you're like, oh, I missed it, but you know, how many times all the time does it just give you another entry? You know what I mean? Like, and if you're still hold that trade, obviously it could cut your profits in half, right? And then you're like, okay, well, I'll take some more, but then you're like in so heavy, right, that if it goes against you, now you're like, you didn't, not only did you not get any profits, but now you're like in more drawdown and stuff. So that's what like the hedge funds say and stuff. If you talk to, listen to like interviews or whatever, like they'll say, well, the mark of a bad trader is they add to losing positions, or we don't like to see people add to losing positions, you know, because that's a sign or a trait of a losing trader. They're like a trait of the winning traders, they add to their winning positions. Now, you know, the thing about that is it's like kind of yes and no, like it all depends, right? If you know what you're looking for, you know how to trade, you're good at trading, you're good at picking the spots of like where it'll retrace and turn around, then yeah, add to winning positions. That's the key, right? Like to get good at that. But if you don't really know what you're doing or whatever, and you're like adding to winning positions, and it just like keeps going down against you, the first time it like really goes, like if it doesn't kind of go in your favor right away, if it kind of keeps going against you and you keep adding, even though you might be in net profit floating, you're still kind of adding to a losing position in a way. So you just have to just kind of be careful and sort of be aware of the scale of like what price can do to you. Like if price goes down to here, if you have a bunch of positions here, and then let's say price retraces to here, and you take some more positions here, there's a scale that you have to kind of just get the feel for over time, like experience of like where price can go, and it starts, and you just kind of keep an eye on your equity and whatever, like over here, and you kind of see like where price can go, where you start going negative and stuff, and that's, you just don't want to push it too much. So anyway, yeah, it looks like it's going back up. I just don't know how much more meat is left on this bone. It could be a lot. And that's the thing, you know, too, like Michael Joel Huddleston, ICT Inner Circle Trader, he has one video that I watched. I'll try to think of the name of it, but he talks about taking the lion's share of the profits. I've got it in my notes, I can look it up, but not right now. I kind of quit watching him stuff because I like just kind of got like depressed and stuff because I was not doing good on my trading and whatever. So but what happened was I started watching not just to trade, which they use like smart money concepts and stuff, but like something about the way that they put the videos together just really helped me. And ever since I watched like a few of those videos, like I've been being mostly profitable, which is, to me, is like I've been losing money for nonstop, almost every single trade for like almost every single trade for like 2 years. Like I haven't seen any consistency. Like it's been extremely inconsistent, you know. So another thing too is like, for the most part, you want to trade like in the direction of like the momentum, right? Obviously, you have to keep in mind of like the high time frame, what it's doing, right? And that's why, no matter what, sometimes you just have to like zoom out to kind of remind yourself, oh yeah, this is what's going on. Now look at this. I want to show you this. You kind of see what this is, right? You should be familiar with this a little bit. You know, I could be wrong, but this is almost like a range building. You know what I'm saying? It looks like the beginning of a range, right? So it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, consolidates. So we could see this, maybe CPI hits or something, and it does some freak thing where it goes up, takes out this liquidity. That's what I said the other day. I've been saying that nonstop. And then maybe it comes down and just consolidates all day Friday, something like that. But this, to me, almost looks like we could see a little bit of a range and then maybe an explosion out of it like next week. But I definitely think, and it could go down like after we take this liquidity, but I definitely think we could be in for taking some liquidity, and they're kind of going a little bit more. The question, I know I've been talking this whole time, but like the question I've been thinking to myself is like, what should I really do? Should I really just be done for the day? Probably. I would say at least until after CPI. Like, I mean, I do honestly expect it to turn around and kind of come, but because I was saying like it's probably going to consolidate around this area. I was saying that the other day before CPI, and then CPI was going to drive it above all that liquidity up top, right? But do you really want to sell right here? You know what I mean? So that's kind of the question that I'm sort of looking at. We do have kind of a little structure shift here, but then we have this break. We have a little divergence going on as of right now. That could change. A tiny divergence here where you might take a sell. I could get it up. Yeah, oh shit. Now, I could be wrong. That's why I got to put my stop loss. I got to keep an eye on what's going on. Okay. Okay. We gotta wait and see. Hold on. They're acting differently. I just get a little nervous when it's so close to my stop loss. I've only got one set right now. I don't even think I have time to set these other ones. What is that? How much is that for? $6? Good night. That's too much, bro. It doesn't look good. Yeah, fuck. Pardon my language. Now, god damn it. Pardon my language. Holy crap. I didn't have time. I didn't have time to pull the trigger. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, there. Now things are really getting crazy. I probably should have just called it a day, but I just... Let's just see if it just keeps going. I mean... They're both coming out of a consolidation. We have to watch this level right here. Do I already have it marked? 27750. Okay, now what's the level? There is no level marked here till we get up there. It's 875. I don't have it marked. It's right here though. Okay, those are the two levels we have to watch. So this consolidation, if it could go down and like bounce back up off of there. I mean, obviously it could blow through it, but okay. This consolidation right here, we're gonna look to see, does it bounce off of there? There's that key level there. There's also a key level here. Yeah, maybe I should have just quit while I was ahead, you know? I mean, it could keep going up. I don't know how long it might take. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just keep recording, though. Maybe I'll do an update later and whatever. Unless it just shoots up right now, and then I'll just take a little bit more, and then I'll be done until after CPI. Let me zoom out a little bit. I want to see what I'm not seeing. Yeah, like, it's reasonable to think that maybe perhaps we could, because we already came through this block and broke through it, like we could keep going up and even break through this even. So there's that level, and then here's this level. So it's reasonable that we definitely could go up to these two levels here. So we're going to see. If I had like really been exercising patience, I could have obviously waited for some type of pullback like what we just had. Obviously, I'd be in a much better position. You know, waiting for one of these to get at or near a key level or some type of key area. And these are all basically like something that you can learn these little about these little consolidations and the sort of what I'm doing here. They talk about it on Not Just a Trade YouTube channel. They call it like consolidation, something like an impulse move or something, and like a retracement, and then a expansion. I'm totally butchering what they have the concept, but obviously you can tell I wasn't taking notes. But so it's just I mean they do go pretty fast, so it's like it's kind of good. It's good for me because you get the concept quick, and they kind of go a little bit almost too fast sometimes. They like take notes, so you obviously got to pause it. But the concepts stick pretty good. I mean, they're pretty simple. They don't really use quarters theory, but so just important thing is to stay calm when you see price doing something like this, and just realize that it could be just sweeping below this low here. It could be tapping into this box down here. But you see this is not doing the same thing yet. So it boils down to being confident in what you're doing and doing something that is repeatable, you know, that doesn't just work for you but works for others, and on a consistent basis. And that way you don't have to freak out when you're on the 1 minute chart and you see, you know, something. The thing is, it's almost 7 o'clock, and I just don't know how much it's going to move before 8:30. But I like having these two pairs together. That to me is really awesome. Okay. I'll just take maybe one more there. Usually one or the other will give you a better entry if you say they're moving in sync. One might be a little higher than the other as far as you know what I'm trying to say, like how they move and everything. I don't know. Some of this stuff I'm just kind of making up as I go, so at least I'm honest about that. I mean, I could take a major loss here. It could just thunder down and be a disaster, and or it could go up, and I could, you know, get what I intended to get, which is a little bit more of the meat on the bone, even though maybe I'm being greedy a little bit, or a lot. You know, it's just like either know what you're doing or you don't, either patient or you're not, you're either right or you're wrong. Whoo-wee. I'm in pretty heavy, huh? Okay. normally, you know, like sometimes I would be watching the dollar or two. I thought I would try just concentrating on these two together and see how that goes. I've been watching like the DXY, which is the dollar index, and these two, all three, but sometimes that could just be a lot, like, because the dollar is moving opposite of these two, and sometimes it can just be a lot for your brain to process. In other words, like, it may be more confusing and not as clear as this. And isn't that what you want in your trading, is clarity? I love this view right here. A trading view can be a little cluttered. Obviously, I've got a little more stuff on it, but like in terms of, you've got all this stuff over here to the right, and all this stuff to the left, and this stuff up top, and stuff down here on the bottom. Like, to me, this is really clean. Especially, you know, if I were to reduce this size of this and just sort of leave the total down there, like that, then I can even see even more. It'd be really sweet if I could somehow hit 5,400 and 50. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to get. If anything, God willing, it'll go up. I mean, it could go down. It could go thundering down. I mean, that's trading. You know, with interest rates and everything, this year, obviously, all in all, I'm bullish on Euro and EURUSD and the GBPUSD. But there's a lot that can happen as it's going up, you know. A lot of pullbacks and corrections and retracements and dumping and whatever. Probably shouldn't have said that. I know I'm laughing just to, I guess, take the edge off. They say that about, like, I've never been to combat, but they say that, like, about, like, you know, firefighters and, like, military service members and stuff. Like, a lot of times they have, like, a great sense of humor, you know, because they're always, like, trying to cut the edge, you know, trying to soothe the edge. I mean, what could be more edgy than being in combat, except for being a law enforcement officer? That's a dangerous job. I watch a lot of those shows, stuff like that. So definitely without law enforcement, we would be. I mean, here's the thing I was thinking the other day. If, let's just say hypothetically, you got rid of all government, all law enforcement, all institutions, and you just had the people, and you just started over. You know, obviously you still have all the buildings and whatever, but I was thinking, like, within like a week, you know, you would have like groups of people like getting together and be like, okay, let's do something to stop these bad guys from doing bad things to good people, you know, or at least innocent people. So, in other words, society would always, in general, build back towards the same direction, more or less, you know. Yeah, it's just like we've been figuring things out since Adam and Eve, or you could say Noah. So, especially if you use the caveat that people retain the knowledge of the world before, right? What was and what worked and what didn't work, and that. In some cases, I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but throughout history, there's been times where there was like a reset, or something, to where you like if you're doing a project or something, like sometimes you restart it, or you know what I mean, and like you kind of build back better. I hate to say that, like, but there is some truth sometimes to. In other words, if you're building like a gadget and you kind of like have messed it up and stuff, like sometimes it's best just like start all over, or like a website, or even a business, remodel the business. So in this case, I'm trying to stay calm and think that, okay, maybe it's just dipping back down deeper into this previous consolidation here, or it could go all the way down and retest this level here and then go up. And as for this, price could come all the way down to here or even here, and then in that case I would be kind of SOL, honestly. So yeah, maybe this might not be good for me, so I don't know. I could lose everything I just made earlier in the video. I don't know what's going to happen, so that's trading, or at least that's how I'm trading right now. Extremely high risk. It's almost 7 o'clock. Let's take a look at what the hourly candles look like. This has been so slow lately. I don't know why. Not my computer. They just reset it, but it's a little bit faster now. So you take a look at the hourly candle and see what it looks like. When does the 4-hour close? In 2 hours. So you got a 2-hour candle closing. No, it just yeah, it's getting ready to close. So let's see what the 2-hour candles look like. Ideally, you'd want to see these engulf right here. For my situation, that would be ideal. A lot can happen in 1 minute. So it's interesting that this is moving up and this is it's kind of lagging. You'll see that a lot. One will be kind of lagging behind the other, and that's where sometimes I'll buy real quick over here, for example. Like if this one shoots up like that, a lot of times I'll buy this one because it's just kind of lagging behind in a lot of cases, like, or vice versa. At least that's my hypothesis. That I haven't really tested enough, because I haven't really been trading these in tandem like that long. But I just think it's a really good system. So look like it's trying to engulf. We got 15 seconds left. Let's just keep over here and watch it close. It's got to go. Euro's got to go. Euro. Ooh. GBP engulfed. My concern is there could be a minor retracement after such a big candle close, like the 2 hour, and then the 4 hour would be even a more severe case. But because we had this push up, that gives me some hope that maybe the retracement won't be too big. If, you know, it doesn't have to retrace, but a lot of times you'll see after especially like a daily candle, if you want to pay attention to the higher time frames, you'll see when it closes, a lot of times you get a retracement at the beginning of the next day, right? Same thing with the 4 hour. It'll retrace after the close a little bit before continuing a lot of times. So who knows how far, but it's just something to be aware of. Like tendencies, you know, price tendencies, the way price tends to move and stuff. It's good to pay attention to patterns and tendencies. Because, you know, price is repetitive. I'm not claiming to be like an expert or anything, like I'm some kind of whatever, you know. I'm just trying to be a good trader. That's it. Alright, moment of truth. It's almost 1 hour until CPI, so it could get a little crazy leading up to 8:30, so we're gonna have to see what happens. If I can get out just somewhere up here, I will do so, and I will stay out. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to see what I'm gonna do, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. Hopefully, I can get out of this in good shape. Time, you know, flies, right? And I just didn't think I was gonna like end up being in a position like this to where I was gonna be waiting this long for a positive result, or some kind of idea to make a decision. In other words, I probably should have just took that money and moved to the sidelines. This is phase 1 of 5% online challenge. You guys, to me, it's not looking good as far as going up. I just don't know anymore. I'm not convinced anymore. Just looking bearish. I just want to wait and see, does the pound bounce off of this box, and does the euro go in the into this box and maybe then right in the middle and then bounce off there, or this key level. I just hope that obviously the pound doesn't go down to this key level. That would not be what I want. That would be all my profits from the last trade in drawdown. Pretty stupid trade, pretty like not smart. Really, really bad trade. Definitely not what you want to do. And I'm just like getting deeper in right now. The idea though is that if it does go up, I can get some quicker relief. But if it goes down, obviously that's worse. So I don't really want to record this. I don't know. A key thing to watch is this level once again, right here. And if you were watching the dollar, also there would be a level on there. Depending, there's always going to be a level on either one of these two or the dollar to pay attention to at any given time. Volume should start to pick up about 8:30, or sorry, 7:30. Yeah, volume will definitely pick up at 8:30 for the CPI. Are you kidding me? I'm not. I will not be in the market at that time. See how it's reacting off that level at 1.27625? That's a half quarter on the 1,000-point scale for the quarters theory levels. If you haven't seen my quarters theory videos, I've got several of them up on my YouTube channel. Different pairs. You can pick the video you like. Wouldn't it be a miracle and amazing if I could just get 5,450 real quick? What would be the math on that for what we need? We got 5,273, 5,273. I don't mean to get ahead of myself, but we need 177 floating ish. Let's see. It's sort of, how many positions do I have open? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that's 3 lots. I'm in 3 lots on this trade, which is way too much. I'm in three lots, 12 positions, so this would be like divided by 12, we need like 1475. So if it did smash up here, if it did go up there, clearly you could see, I think it's one of these from down here. Yeah, that would easily hit my target as far as 5,400 and what I'm looking for. Yeah, if it just gets up close to those levels there, and I just was to close it close to these 2 levels, then that would easily hit what I'm looking for. Because as soon as it gets if it does get above here, as soon as that happens, it's like an exponential thing, you know. Like especially this one. It's got to do with the dispersion of trades, being that we have like 3 down here, but majority of them are right here. So as far as being in profit, the second that you get above here, it just goes exponential, if that were to happen. Obviously, anything can happen. But I'm just going to be ready, have my finger on the trigger, on the mouse clicker. Just be careful, don't click it accidentally until you're ready. Because it could just spike up real quick, and then I could see my number and then just close. What did we say it was? 1 times 12, 1475 times 12, 177 floating. Okay. So between 720 and 730, I believe we could see a increase in volume. Obviously, I want to see it take out some highs here. We already sort of took out this high here, so that's good. Obviously, I want to see it take out this high over here. I'm not tracking the dollar right now, so I can't really see what it's doing. But that would give you more clues. This way I can track the time. Okay, so I'm still not gonna freak out. Just so I'm hoping that this is just going for this level, if anything, or tapping back into here, and then this is just tapping deeper into here, maybe taking out some stops or something, or freaking people out of the trade, like with that heavy volume, and then they take it up steeply, possibly right at the last second before CPI, something like that. Maybe just a kind of a guess. I mean, at the end of the day, I only paid $39, but respectfully, it is $39. But that's the great thing about the 5% online funding company is you can pay $39 and get a $500 account, which they call a $5,000 account, which is really a $250 account because you only lose $250 in a day net. I mean, moves like that definitely are scary. And it could definitely be a real move to the downside. But you know, I don't have the maybe I don't have the best memory or of any of everyone, but what I do know is that like there's been so many times where I thought, oh man, the market's going down. Like, let me reverse my position, and then as soon as I would sell, it would go continue in the direction, you know, that it's been going. So that's kind of like when I talk about like picking tops and bottoms and stuff. This would be akin to like trying to pick this as a top. Like probably a lot of people are trying to sell it right now because of that move that just happened. But that could all just get bought up real quick. I mean, anything could happen. So one good thing is we did not break, I don't believe, this low. I don't think. It's really hard to tell without getting this tool out. Zero 9763. 09763, 09764. I'm still not going to freak out, even if we sweep these lows here and we go lower here. And I mean, I don't care if I blow this whole account. I mean, it's only $39. I do care. Don't get me wrong. I do care, and it will affect me. But you know, there's something nice about only paying $39 for a trading account. I can go right today and get a job at McDonald's if I had to. I shouldn't say that out loud. I don't want the universe to hear me. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, you can sell a coffee table book for sometimes $40. You know. Anyway, you get my point. I wonder if anybody will ever listen to this. You know, and it could just continue to consolidate right here until 8:30. You know, we're only an hour away, so. Wow. Don't you wish you could go back in time? And wait for a better entry. There's a song I sing, and it goes like this. I'm only happy when I trade. I'm only happy when I'm trading. I'm only happy when I trade. I'm only happy when I'm trading. Something will happen between now and 8:30 before the buzzer goes off at 8:30. Something will happen. Hopefully it will be good for me. I know that sounds selfish, but I would be crazy to not wish the best for myself in this situation. So all the people who sold right here just got, now they're in drawdown. Assuming there was some people who sold here. Probably be more selling up here and here, and then they might get taken out. And then this high ultimately get taken out. Same thing here. These people who sold here and here. Some selling here, and then they might get taken out with this high, and then this high might get taken out, and then work up to that level. And that would be more in line with this liquidity here. See that level 1.27750, this candle here, and then this candle here, that 09875. I don't know if we have that marked. Yeah, we do. That's those. So to me, that's where price is heading, to take out or get really close to these highs at least before CPI. And I think CPI is gonna probably sweep the rest of this liquidity, sweep this level really good. Who knows, maybe it might even, I'm not sure how far that it is, but it might even sweep that or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of guessing, but I mean, it seems like that's kind of the setup, right? If you're going to set something up to happen, it seems kind of suspicious. You know, all this right here and this, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I have like I made this logo for where is it? Let me actually because I was talking about how like it seems kind of suspicious. I made this cover art for my video the other day. It's got like well, that's actually Jack the Ripper, but it's got this microscope there. But like I can make one that's got like Sherlock Holmes or something. You know, like you're investigating the market, you're investigating the liquidity and whatever. So our number was is 177. 177 is our number that we're looking for. Right there. As far as floating profit. We're looking for 5,450 to close. Also 177 over here on the right, lower right over here. So when that number, either when this number gets close to 177 or when this number gets close to 5,450, whichever way you want to do it. I'm saying if it does, right? If and when, anything could happen. This thing could dump all the way down, who knows? I don't want to take, I'm gonna try not to take anything for granted, you know? 7:30, looks like the volume is picking up exactly at 7:30. So hopefully that's a good thing for me. So we'll have to watch, wait, and track and see. I think I'm gonna have to be real quick about it when it happens. If and when. And if it does happen and I do hit that number, then I'll be done for the day even after CPI, even if it goes to the moon or down to hell or wherever it goes. Because that'll be my target. All right, we'll watch for the number that we need. Honestly, an easier way to do this is probably a little bit late now, but would have been just to set all these to the same and then just if it smacks it, right? So we got GBP. We've only got four positions on GBP. Probably should have done this a long time ago. I just wasn't sure what was going to happen. I'm still not sure how it's going to end up, but that's close enough there. Right, a little OCD with this. The numbers have to match. The important thing is to stay calm. I know I didn't set a stop loss. I know. Like I said, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I'm still not sure what's going to happen. I probably should set a stop loss. Don't try this at home. Okay. You guys remember Super Dave? Does anybody remember that show? I used to watch that. So it was a comedian that was doing like a daredevil. It was kind of a spin on I guess Evel Knievel or whatever. But this guy was like, I think he might have been a real daredevil, but he was like a comedian, kinda. All right. Hopefully we'll keep making a higher high here and keep going up here towards what I was talking about, like that setup area where I think we might be setting up around these these levels up here. Hopefully. Sorry, I hope you guys can hear me. That's why I repeated myself. I think for me it'll be easier to track this number down here to the bottom right. It'll be easier for me to track that than it will that other number to down here. Obviously there's less stuff going on over here. And I don't see any reason why, if it's going up there, that it won't just smack that level. Obviously anything can happen, so I mean, you never know really, but okay, sometimes even if you see a wick, you still don't have to freak out. It doesn't always mean what you think it does. Sometimes it does. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably gonna at least give it till like, hopefully I can at least give it till 8 o'clock and see what happens. If I need that long. Even if it crashes down and retest this level again, you know, like that's totally understandable. You just have to like. It's good to like look for stuff that could happen, right? Like that could come down here, retest this level here, and then go back up. So we broke both of these highs. Kind of keep breaking. Broke, I think here. Barely pricked it, and then went a little bit higher prick there. Trading is a great way to develop patience and like meditative abilities. You know, the ability to stay calm. So what you can look at here is that this could be like act as sort of like one of these could act sort of like as an inversion level, like right here, and then you kind of have like another box created, kind of like I've been drawing right here. And same thing over here. Even though the pound dollar hasn't really broken up too far out of that yet for it to kind of like come back yet. I'm looking for a big spike up on both of these. Just a sudden spike. Kind of like a blast off. Like an explosion, as I say. Sometimes. That's like, so one thing about the 1 minute chart, it's kind of fun to watch, you know. It's, you know, depending on if it's like good, if it's like good or bad for you. It's kind of laughing to sort of cut the cut the edge a little bit. Smooth the edge, cut the edge. So see how you kind of wait for one to catch up with the other. You got this one going up, and you're like, this one's kind of delayed. Like that's a situation where you might buy the pound if you wanted to add more positions, because you can expect that it's gonna want to catch up to the euro or vice versa, whichever one. One thing you can do on MetaTrader 5, I think you can do it on MetaTrader 4 too, but I think you can do it on MetaTrader 5, is you can right click on like your GBPUSD positions, and you can like close all, or like EURUSD positions, you can close all EURUSD positions, like right here. See that? Close all EURUSD positions. Like if this is going higher and you're like, okay, that looks pretty good, I want to take that profit, then maybe you wait for this to catch up. You know, you could do a lot of different things. So now we're looking for an explosion for sure, an explosion on the pound up. And hopefully the euro stays up. So let me increase this a little bit. Okay. See what I was saying? Now it's like you might want to close the euro because it's so high, but you can expect that the pound is going to want to catch up to it. So look at that, it's almost hit that level up there. Oh my gosh, look at that. So close. So I close EURUSD. Okay, now I'm going to be watching for this number, because now this number is sort of, just because I thought maybe we could see a reaction off of here, and while this one has yet to reach that level, so now I'm going to be watching over here this number instead of over here, because now that's a different number now. Surely the pound is going to go up as well. Oh, the euro's still going. Look at the euro go. What are you doing, pound? What are you doing, pound? It's your birthday. Go, shawty. Go, shawty. It's your birthday. That's crazy. I'm glad I was in both of these and not just one. That gives me something to think about in the future. Equal distribution, just in case one doesn't want to move. It still might move, hopefully up. The pound, I mean. Nothing wrong with taking profits at this key level right here. Nothing wrong with that at all. Smart. The majority of our positions are actually on the pound, so if the pound moves up, that's going to be huge. I mean, that's going to be massive. So we need about 100 over here is the number we're looking for right now. Right around 100 over here on the right, and then 5,450 over here. The reason I say that is because we're at 5,348 right here. If we had 100 more, that's pretty close to our goal of 5,450. If and when it goes up, the pound, that is. The thing about this is now we're at this level, and this is going to want to come back down, and these are in tandem, so you got to wonder, does that mean that the pound is going to go down? Or is euro going to keep going up? We don't know yet. Or is the pound going to catch up as far as like the correlation at this point? If the pound goes up, it won't take much. It won't take much for me to get what I'm looking for. If and when it goes up. God willing. My guess is it'll be like an explosion. It'll be pretty exciting. Hopefully in the upwards direction on the pound. There, see that? Did you see that? A little bit, watch it. Should go a little more. Just now finally broke above that little pinprick high. It should keep going, the pound should. We should see a real candle close above at some point on the 1 minute on the GBPUSD. Hopefully. Okay, so you see how that's kind of like retesting this level a little bit, kind of hopefully setting up for a push higher on the euro, hopefully, and so hopefully that can mean we'll see this push that we're looking for here that we didn't get yet. And you know, any good trading that I do, I just want to give glory to God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I'm nothing without him. Regardless of what happens. Obviously, I'm hoping it'll go up a little bit more so I can get what I'm trying to get. Very close now. If it explodes up just a little bit more, I'm going to close it just automatically, reflexively probably. As long as it's above 5,450, God willing. I do expect it to get to that level up there, but I don't really need it to. Okay, good enough. Woo! Hey, look what I got. 5,450.75. I hesitated for a second, and I was like, now, understand, I still think it's going up to here, okay? But you never know. I mean, it's almost 8 o'clock. Anything could happen. Under normal circumstances, you know, yeah, I think it's still going to go up there, but I'm not going to get back in because look what happened. 5,450. I just bought this account today. I was in $60 drawdown, which means I brought the account back up during this recording. Essentially, I made. I'm not bragging. I was using insane amounts of leverage, but I essentially brought this account. I essentially made $510 while during this recording because I was in $60 drawdown and I brought it back. But net from because the first trade. When I started the video, I had 5,000, or I had only put like one trade on or something, from 5,000 balance, and then I was like, at one point I was negative 60, I think, going into it, and then but the point is I brought it back to 5,450, which is really wow. Glory to God, glory to Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Here is the dashboard. I literally just bought this account this morning. Here's all the rules in case you haven't seen them. You can pause the video or screenshot it, whatever. And here's my equity curve. I started right here. Midnight, I think. Was it midnight? When did I take my first trade? Look how it's crazy, like it went down after that. Like, I don't know. I still think it's going to hit that level. I don't know when. Here's my trade history. First trade was well, I got out of that just in time. I still think it's going up. Don't get me wrong, but I'm glad I got out right there. I would not want to be sitting here like suffering that, you know, like after I hit my target goal up here. That would suck to miss it like that. That's not fun. First trade was at midnight. So the account was activated at 11:57 p.m. First trade was at midnight. So that's why I said my equity was like 5,000 at midnight or whatever. That's where I took my first trade. Just the fees or whatever they call it that you when you put a trade on, like the well, you know what I'm talking about. It's like the swap or the fee or whatever. Look at it, still going down. That's crazy. Look at that. Did I get out of that just in time, or did I get out of that just in time? That's crazy. Look at that. And I'm done literally for the day. All I gotta do is come back tomorrow and make $25, and then on Monday make $25, and then I'll be in phase 2. I did a phase 2 of a different account, 5%er, same thing, but I lost almost $250 this morning. But then that's when I bought another account just now, and I'm like, okay, boom, and just kind of got blessed, and was able to run it up. Yeah, glory to God, glory to Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Is it the commission? Okay, there it is. Commission. So the commission per position is $1. I don't know how many positions I put on at that time. I had 2 there, 3 there, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, no 3, no 4, a series of 4 there, 1, 1, 4, 4, 1, 4, 1, and 2. And we're at that key level there. I would not be surprised to see it react off of that and go higher, like I was saying. I'm still glad I'm not having to suffer that drawdown. If you're not using quarters theory, I don't know what you're doing, but you have to use it in conjunction with, like, trading, what do you call it? This is not financial advice, by the way, but you have to use quarters theory in conjunction with other trading techniques, that are consistent and repeatable. Yeah, so this is basically just this morning from midnight to 8 a.m. What am I saying? I just closed that trade at 1404.50. I don't know. 1453. That would have been 7. This would have been 7:53 if you look at the time. See that clock right there? 7:53. Count backwards 2 hours. Like I said, about the time I've been recording this video, but I put the trade on before I started the video. I think, yeah. So 2 hours and 53 minutes, so 3 hours. So in 3 hours, I made $450 net. And there it goes. Like I said, I'm not Nostradamus, but I did read the Bible prophecy. I gotta study on that more. Actually, I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna go read right now. Matter of fact, you know what? Because God has blessed me this morning, I don't even need to watch CPI. Even though I probably will, just because I might even record it. But I'm not gonna take another trade unless it's on demo. Actually, I might mess around with a demo account. I have a CoinX demo. Anyway, I'm not going to show that right now, but yeah, so here's my trades. That was the only euro trade I made, was I bought there. Most of my trades were on the pound right here. See, my first one, this is a 1 minute chart, so it's all contained, which is pretty cool. Literally, excuse me. Literally all my trades are contained on this one screen, if you look. Yeah, so I bought here, got out, I sold here, I bought and it went down, and I got out, and then I sold and it went up. And, you know, that used to really aggravate me. I don't know, it didn't aggravate me, I guess, as much or something. I'm not sure, but wow, look at that. Wow. Wow. Oh. Okay, wow, yeah, wow. And then I bought here, and let's see how many pips I got. This is where I lost that $60 right here, and this is where I got that 300 that you saw me obtain. It was really 360. That is only 20 pips. Roughly 20 pips or so, 21 pips. I kind of scrambled in here. I bought real heavy, super heavy. Way too high. I did not wait for a pullback. That was like literally 3 pips. And then I bought here and here, and this was like only like 11 pips right there. All in all, total move from my first entry to my last exit was about 30 pips. About 300 points. So what I think is going to happen is going to go down to that yellow level. So that was about 300 points total. And if you look, they're sort of blended. Like you have from the exit here some lower entries and some higher entries. Yeah, I'm glad I took profit up here, huh? That was a good decision. Thank you, Jesus. Obviously this channel is dedicated to, you know, the idea that we're supposed to be good stewards of our money, and, you know, whatever God gave us, whatever blessings, you know, he blessed us with, right? We ought to take care of it and multiply it and be successful and like do everything for God. And that's the reason I called it 10 talents trading, because of the parable that Jesus told about the servants and stuff. So the reason this is thicker here is because that's a more significant key level. That's a 10,000 level. These levels are 1,000. So with quarters theory, you have 1,000 point levels. It's like a strength meter, right? And you have 10,000. And then you have a higher one that's 100,000 in strength, in terms of strength. And this is not the, I don't know if anybody made it to the end of this video or not, but I've explained this before. But these down here are, that's your 100,000 levels. as you can see, really big levels. That's 100,000 from red to red. And then the dot, that's 10,000 from red to red. And then the little one, the little red ones, that's 1,000 from red to red. And then you just divide everything in half. So this is a significant key level right here. This is a 10,000 level. That's why I said I expect to see a reaction off of it. If you go to that move probably scared a lot of people, and also probably make everybody think that the market's bearish. So when it goes back up to here, they'll probably sell. Even though CPI is coming up, it might kind of mess that up. But anyway, a lot of people might think that we're bearish now, so though when it comes back up to here or to here, they'll sell it, and then they'll get taken out, and they'll just become liquidity. And with the rest of that liquidity that I showed you earlier over here, this right here, I don't really think that's been sufficiently tagged. Now it may be, I don't know, but my suspicion is that we're going to go for more of that. Now, ultimately, I think the market's going to go, your GBPUSD is going to go up because we're bearish on the dollar because of the interest rates being lowered later this year. And when the interest rates are lowered, the dollar goes down because people stop buying the dollar, because the reason that they buy the dollar when the interest rates go up is so that they can make more interest on their money. So they invest their whatever capital into the dollar, and then they make money on the interest. When the interest rates go up, the dollar goes up. The interest rates go down, the dollar goes down. The dollar goes down, pound dollar and the euro dollar goes up. So I was just looking on here real quick to see what is going on. The euro's already going back up. So but this is like 2 hours already right here at this exact point, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video because I want it to be like 2 hours, and that's what I want it to be. And I'm gonna stop the recording right here. Hopefully this was helpful. I don't know if anybody's ever gonna see this, but yeah, total cause for celebration here with what happened, and I think I've done a pretty good analysis on everything, and I think this was a really great and awesome video. And here is the eye, what I like to think of as the eye of God, you know, maybe as he was creating the universe or something like that, or whatever. But really what this is a picture of a black hole. But anyways, all right, thanks so much for watching, and yeah, if you liked it, you know, just do what you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'll just say that I do have a like buttons, and I do have comment section, and I do have a subscribe button and all that stuff, so you can do what you want. All right, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.